some other works. Sorry, you are going to be interpreting, eh?
Yes, madam.
They told you how we are going to do it.
Yes, madam.
How are they saying? As they saying you are going to do it?
He said I will have to firstly read into English, and then after that I will have to into Isiso.
Okay. All right. Fine. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Okay. Let's continue. But before we continue, Mr. About your query, Mr. Numalo and Mr. Mnisine, you were worried about what official status does the fact that allegedly your clients said they were arrested, at the time they were arrested, they were at what? In jail, right? The question, fine, it's valid, but the point is, I dealt with a case like this, dealing with these boys of ISIS. They trained in Syria. The question arises, but it has got no legal effect, on the following basis. There was no contestatio. You have heard of that? Of that? That's it. So if there's no litis contestatio, there's no legal effect, because you haven't pleaded. Your client hasn't pleaded. Mr. Baloyi and the doctor. And I can give you an SCA decision now. Hello? I don't hear you.
Well, we'll look into the views if someone spontaneously.
Yeah,
says
fine.
something
Hey, he makes it spontaneously. I was not there. I was in Natal. I was incarcerated. Fine. But then he pleads not guilty, right? And he chooses not to give a plea explanation. And before the plea stage, the law is very clear. They say there's no legal effect of that statement. I know Himstra says there is, State versus Nkotre. Have you read that decision?
Yes.
I'm going to quote it some other time.
Yes.
Himstra says, but he refers to after the plea. He says anything said by counsel and by an accused person after the plea, the court must take that into consideration.
Yes, that might be so, but
Yeah.
we suppose not ask a cross-examiner to
nothing.
on that aspect.
Nothing, yeah.
Yes.
Nothing, yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying,
whole point.
there's no legal effects on the basis that you can attribute guilt to a person who is not saying anything under oath, having pleaded.
Yes.
If he has pleaded, that's different. Okay, fine. Yeah, you heard me.
But just before we proceed, my lord, we informed that this morning, when accused number 4 was being transported, the vehicle wherein he was being transported was involved in a collision at the corners of Khosi Mampuru and Nanazita Street. His counsel says he's fine to proceed for today, but correctional services indicated that their normal procedure is if there's such an accident, the prisoner must be taken for medical examination, and that entails accused number 4 is incarcerated at Leeuwkop.
Yeah.
That entails him being driven back to Leeuwkop to be booked out and then taken to a medical facility. We just thought we should bring it to the attention of the court.
I waive the right to do that. But I don't encourage him to do that. I'm just saying a right can be waived.
Yes. Yeah, the only problem is if one is not trained in the field of medicine.
Yeah, then you'll say, hey, it was, what do they call those injuries?
Whiplashes.
Yeah, no, they use a word for that, which are not apparent.
Latent injuries, yes.
I know lawyers who do RAF. A guy, they allege he was involved in an accident. After they say, this guy, he can't even stretch his hand.
Yes.
So what do we do? Who's the counsel for Mr. What do we do?
He says it's fine, my lord, but I think one has to be cautious because, it's happen, he might feel well, but later on, only to find that...
How was the accident? Severe?
No,
Are they
no,
saying
no,
they're
not
going to
severe.
investigate the accident?
No,
Nobody's talking about that.
No, it was not a serious accident because only the front part of the van was the bumper. But he
Is it?
says he's fine. I wouldn't encourage my lord
No.
that we...
He must formally waive his rights. Otherwise, I'll be said to be not compliant with the law. So I'm in your hands.
Let me approach him for the last
Yeah,
time.
fine.
Thank you.
Fine. But in the meantime, we can go on with the interpretation. And after that, our colleague there can decide whether he wants to be examined immediately or not.
Thank you,
So
my
what,
lord.
you want us to adjourn? I can adjourn.
Thank you, my lord, for the court's indulgence. He says it's fine, we can proceed. He has waived it.
Yeah. It must be formally done. I remember what one of your colleagues said. They haven't told us about our rights on the 20th July. You remember that statement?
Yes, indeed.
Abasitshelanga amalungelo ethu mana nabo bathi basibopha. So what do you want to do, sir? Me, I'm in your hands. If you say he wants a day to be attended to and be given a medical certificate to say nothing wrong with him, fine. We
My
can
lord,
adjourn.
I've just indicated that he says we can proceed, it's fine.
Sir, are you sure?
Bafowethu sekuzokuthi ngempela singaqhuba ngohlelo lwanamuhla. Yes, my lord.
And
I
you
am fine.
appreciate you've got rights not to continue, but to insist that you must be taken to a medical attendant.
Bathi unalo ke ilungelo ukuthi simise kancane ke ngohlelo lwanamuhla liqhuba la inkantolo ke kuze kufike isikhathi la uhamba khona ke uhlangana khona ke nabodokotela bathi ukuhlola kancane. All right. I am fine, my lord.
I can tell you this. It doesn't mean that in 20 years' time, when you believe that you had a latent fracture, you can't sue the government, okay? It just means you can go on today. It doesn't extinguish your claim, because you are not extinguishing your claim. You are basically saying you are able to go on because at the state at which you are, physically you think to go on. Okay, does he understand that? Just explain.
Athi lokho kusho ukuthi ke ngemuva kweminyaka ke engamashumi amabili ke uma ungabe ungasele ungazizwa kahle ke simisa kwesempilo lokho kuyakuvimba ukuthi ufake icala malana nombuso ke lapho ke athi lokho ungakwenza ke futhi unenkululeko yokuthi lokho ungakwenza uyezwa ke ekhambeni kwesikhathi ngabe lokho kuyakuhlupha ke.
Okay.
Welcome to the fire where the stakes ignite, where the questions burn hotter than the night. No escape once you're locked in the heat. This is your trial on the hot seat. To the fire where the stakes ignite, where the questions burn hotter than the night. No escape once you're locked in the heat. This is your trial on